When do you leave tonight?
No. Yes, just after the interview, just back and forth during the day.
I was just in America. I just finished a movie, flew to Slovakia to see my wife, dropped the kids off, got here this morning, man.
It's amazing.
I feel pretty good, though, actually. I feel about as jet-lagged as I thought I would.
Yeah. You stay a long time in Madrid? Just a few days? No?
Just a few hours.
Yeah, good.
A few hours, yeah.
Great.
Good.
Okay?
Yes.
Okay. The last time I met you, it was for the interview with Vampire, and we spoke together about Mission Impossible, and you said to me, oh, it was a nightmare, and it was difficult, a long process to try to produce and to play this movie. Now the movie is finished, it's a huge success in the USA. It was a case, it was a real process?
I think we were in pre-production at that
Yeah, exactly.
stage.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, it was tough getting it made. People didn't, early on, some of the people were very excited about it, and some weren't as excited about it. And also just to try to come up with a story, and it was a lot of work. There was a lot involved. Also, this production is the largest production as an actor I've ever had, yet let alone now, my company's producing it. I don't know what I would have done had luckily I've got a good partner in Paul O'Reilly. Yeah.
But what was your first motivation to do this movie? You want to adapt Mission Impossible TV series because you are a big fan of TV series, or you prefer maybe
no,
to
I
do
mean,
such
it's,
a movie?
that I like the TV series, but not just because I was a big fan of the series, did I? I felt that it could make a fun film. I thought, oh, this is a movie that I'd like to see. And it wasn't really to imitate the series. It was to be inspired by the series. And I felt that it had the opportunity to have a fun story, a unique story. We could use the kind of technology that they're using today, for these kinds of movies, and make a fairly intelligent action picture, and yet, a really good popcorn movie. That's what I thought. That's what I wanted. I've been looking for that. I enjoy going to see those kinds of movies, and I'd wanted to make one for many years. And other people that have been producing, they'd send me their scripts, and I wasn't interested in it. There wasn't enough happening in the picture. It wasn't unique enough. And that's why I was very excited when Brian came on to direct it.
I like very much this movie because for me it's not only action movie, adventure movie. It's also, I think, a beautiful tribute, homage to the 70s movie, Cold War and spy movie, something like that. You like this kind of movie? Old movie, 70s movie, maybe?
Well, I like this kind of movie. I like I was looking forward to, what is a spy movie today? It was very difficult to come up with a story, and so we'd interview these ex-FBI and ex-CIA guys that both were happy that they weren't in the FBI, and also that they, enjoyed the experience in a lot of ways. And it was talk to guys that went undercover and the level of paranoia that they had, but also, we wanted to come up with a fun story. It's not really. You don't delve too deeply into the characters in this, but you had to give an impression of their life and what they went through. I like these kinds of movies. I mean, that's why I made it. I thought I wanted to see one. I hadn't seen a picture like this in many years, and I felt that it was unique. That's really what I thought. I thought we could have a lot of fun with it.
And now you work with Brian De Palma. I said that because usually Brian uses a lot of effects with the camera, Steadicam and something like that. And in this movie, I think it's more quiet. It's more Mission Impossible. It's not Brian De Palma movie. You know what I mean? How you try to work with him?
Well, he really came in and set a tone visually for what he wanted to do. A lot of telling the story. When you look at it, it is a complex story, and it's subtle, and you have to think. And for me, I like movies like that. I like to sit there and not have it all wrapped up for me. At the end, I like to sit down and talk about movies, and I think that, for this kind of action movie, it's unusual to have that kind of effect. And maybe you got to go back and see it again. I remember when I saw The Sting as a kid, that you have to go, it's the second time you kind of pick up on all the things early, and I enjoyed that. And I think he was quite masterful how he told the story, because there's times when he went, when he uses the lenses that and he put it off, center, and just punctuating a moment and choosing those times to do that. But I think it had in it didn't have the Steadicam shots that he usually has in his movies. Like you look at Scarface and Bonfire of the Vanities at the opening, and I think he just made a very he made a decision not to do that in this movie. He said this is, stylistically he wanted to create this whole world in a different way and put his mark on it in a different way. I think that the CIA sequence, which is, for me, I remember when he told me about this sequence, I was actually promoting an interview. It was right before I think I went to Japan. And we were working on the script for, this has been, I don't know, it's been a couple of years for me, and with Brian, I think for about 6 months, and we kept saying, okay, what haven't we seen before? What can we do here? What do you want to see, Brian? And he'd say, what do I want to see? And he called me and said, I finally have what I want to do. It's the breaking into the CIA. He said, I've figured out a way to make it different. We can, as a director, I can have a lot of fun with it, and your character can have a lot of fun. And how he designed each sequence, that physically what my character does is different. I mean, the CIA is more of a ballet, and where it's balletic in its move. It's more fluid, as opposed to on the train. It's kind of this hard, fast, physical thing. And I enjoyed that. I really enjoyed working with him. He knows a lot about movies, and he's very skillful in how he directed this.
Why did you choose two French actors, Emmanuel Béard and Jean Reno?
Well, I admire them. I was very excited about having them in the movie. Yeah, I admire Emmanuel Béard and Jean Reno. I'd seen Emmanuel in Minot, and her other pictures that she's done with her husband before, and he was a very fine actor. And I was very excited when she said she was interested in doing the movie, and Jean Reno also, and we wanted, we just, Brian and I talked about, we wanted it to be a broader picture, an international movie, not just America, because early on we were thinking, America, what do we do with the Cold War? We were very concerned about that, and we said, look, let's tip our hat to the Cold War and bring it up to the 90s. Let's keep Phelps at the beginning and see where he is today. Let's start it in Prague. Let's, these guys, they work, with people from all over the world. We're not going to just make it American. And I was very excited about that. And so I was really happy to have them there. I mean, there's very extremely talented actors, and they came on board just for the fun of the project, and were very supportive, and I really, that was the fun part for me, also working with them.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
For you, for Brian De Palma, maybe for the French actors, you think it was a real challenge for everybody to do this movie?
Do I think it was a challenge?
Yeah.
I don't know how much of it was a challenge, because they're all capable of playing significantly, tougher roles. I'm sure they've had tougher characters to play. I think, for them, they were excited. It's kind of this different kind of movie, and to be able to work with Brian De Palma, and we promised them a good time, and we take good care of them, and we'll just see how much fun we can have with this, and will you go on this journey with us? And they're really excited about it. These kinds of movies aren't exactly, as an actor, the toughest kind, but you go with it knowing what kind of movie you're going into and having fun with it. And it's important in these kinds of movies to have a strong cast and a caliber of actor, because you don't spend a lot of time defining these characters. So when there's someone that has that kind of talent and presence, it shows, and it really is very helpful to the movie.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.